Welcome to the Consumers Beverages Beer Show. I'm Kim Piazza. Today's episode is our mid-season recap, where we'll show you some of our favorite places from the show so far, just in case you missed it. Coming up on the Consumer Beverages Beer Show. Our first stop today takes us out to Hamburg, where Johnson's Landing, a newcomer on the brewing scene, have opened a spectacular new brewery and tap room with a view of the waterfront that you have to see to believe.
We are at a newer, phenomenal, gorgeous facility that just recently opened up in the last couple months. Johnson's Landing. I'm here with Bobby.
How you guys doing?
And tell us a little bit about the facility. You just opened up, what you said, like in the last month and a half, 2 months?
August 13th, so
Fantastic.
We're looking at about a month and a half now.
Wow, that is amazing. How have things been going? What you haven't seen yet is they have some phenomenal patio space, as well as the gorgeous inside that we're in.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a 3-story brewery with the roof included. We have 2 different patio setups here. We have 2 different stories of restaurant, full dining.
We are up on the upper level, and what you all don't see just yet is right over there, gorgeous waterfront view. So this is, you can't beat this, and the inside is stunning. So tell us a little bit about the brewing operation, like the setup, some kind of your goal, your mission. What got you guys into this?
We have always known restaurant. That has been our background in this family for 20 years over at Peg's Place. So we've known food, and we figured why not take it to the next level and offer something that we haven't done before and that we know that we could possibly make an impact on. So we decided to take on beer. It was one of those things that I went to school for, and then we've taken on another brewer as well, and we've taken it full steam ahead here.
Your brewery setup's pretty unique and pretty cool, based on how it was constructed around the space. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about the brewing setup and some of the fun you all had to get that dialed in.
Yeah, so that was an interesting process with being in a basement. It's a 10-barrel system. It's actually shipped from Portland. We flew out there, picked it up there, and then we brought it in here and had it custom fabricated by UDMC, which is United Dairy. That system is out of this world. It's fully pneumatic. Everything is right from a screen there. There's not a single hand valve on the entire system. It completely reduces the risk of any problems with the beer and hope to produce good product.
Beautiful tap set up behind us. About how many beers are you having on tap at any given time, would you say? Or how many are you looking to produce?
So currently right now we have 5 on tap. Okay. We're looking to keep in a soft spot of 6 to 8 with allowing guest taps to be able to rotate in with seasonal beers and everything like that. We're looking to keep enough volume that we can possibly down the line can our own product, and if the possibility presents itself, to be able to throw a few kegs around the area. One of my favorites has got to be our Audial. That beer, it's simple, it's easy, there's not a lot going on in it that makes it too crazy where you can't have more than 1 glass, but you're able to have a few and kick back and enjoy. So Audial is definitely one of my favorites.
Okay.
There's a few that we got coming out that I'm excited to be able to be a part of on that end, but they're going to be.
You can't talk about it right now, I understand.
I'll give a hint towards one.
Okay.
We're looking towards a cookies and cream style stout, maybe a little bit of nitro in there. So we're
fantastic.
Yeah.
Not that we want to rush this gorgeous weather. I mean, if you look outside today, I mean, it's stunning. But 'tis the season for the darker and the heartier, so personal fan. I saw the gorgeous pizza oven downstairs, but I want to hear you tell us a little bit about the food concept that you're having, because it already seems like you've done your homework on what's going to pair with the delicious libations you're all making.
Yeah, so with being a restaurant-forward family, food comes first. We've said it before, we'll say it again, and we'll say it to everyone that comes in the building. We're food first. You walk in the door, we want you to know that you're going to get a good plate of food and a good beer to go with it.
I love what you all are doing here, and it's exciting to see this taking light, taking shape.
No, it was if you would have asked me 3 months ago what this place would have been where it is now, I would have probably laughed at you while I was building tables and chairs. So it's been a crazy experience. So we're happy to be where we are now and serving people of Hamburg.
Chicha, or Peruvian spit beer, has been brewed as far back as the early Incans and involves an interesting process. People chew on corn before adding it to the beer. The combination of saliva and corn creates a reaction that actually creates malt. Although chicha is very bitter and sour, it's one of Peru's most popular drinks.
Welcome back to the Consumers Beverages Beer Show. Santora's is well known in Western New York for their amazing food. But now they're entering the craft beer scene with their 1927 brew house. Let's send it out to Eric Coleman, who's with head brewer Rob Haig.
Alrighty, we're here at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill on Transit Road. Today we're going to be sitting down with Rob Haig, head brewer of 1927 Brew House, which is part of the evolution that Santora's is going on, emerging into the brewing and craft beer brewing scene. So we are here with head brewer Rob Haig at 1927 Brew House Santora's. Rob, thank you very much for taking a seat with us.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
As we've been talking with Paul and just talking about the evolution of Santora's and coming in as a brewing company, craft beer destination, and I mean this sincerely, the beers are amazing, and the beautiful part is you've been doing this a bit. You've got history, like you are, been doing this a while and you're really good. Please fill us in a little bit more about, your come up in the beer world, craft beer brewing world.
Well, like most brewers, I homebrewed for 6-8 years. Won some awards during home brewing services.
And you came on board at an interesting time as we are dealing with COVID, and I mean, you guys weathered it all, and what you're creating is phenomenal. Talk a little bit more about the 1927 brewery concept, like the beers you make, because you also have a phenomenal variety of beers. There's a lot of styles.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge working. So we had a pilot system, which is actually here at Transit now with some upgrades, but we kind of crowbarred it into the back of the Galleria Mall. So I brewed there for about 3 or 4 months, just kind of creating new recipes, just test batch stuff, and then got the big 15-barrel system going at Galleria just about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago now. And then, but that place is unique because there's no cooler for kegs. So for the first year or so, we only had 7 beers, because I only had 7 serving tanks that I could keg off and bring kegs here or to the old Millersport location. So it was a little bit of a challenge just to try to have more variety, but we were kind of stuck. So now we've had some cooler storage space and some extra location, space where I could have more kegs. So now we have 12, 13, 14 beers on tap now. At any given time, and we try to keep it mixed up for everybody. So always a few IPAs, a couple of ales, amber ale. We have another different lager now. Oktoberfest is always a huge seasonal hit. We sold out of it super quick last year, so I had to make a bigger batch this year.
No, that's awesome. And then this addition to the barrel aging program, that's always super cool and fun to play around with. I mean, it's one more thing you now have to oversee, but exciting to see that come out. Now,
first almost 10% alcohol stout is in a bourbon barrel right now, so for the next few months.
Sorry, I love all craft beer. Very excited about this one coming out.
And the next one is a Belgian quadruple that's going into a tawny port cask.
Oh, you had me at hello right there. That is amazing. And those are all being done here at the Transit location, correct?
Yep, we're double batching. We got bigger tanks now, so we're double batching everything and making, 4 kegs versus 2 kegs at a time.
Awesome. I mean, there's some exciting things to come, and as Paul was mentioning, the new site, that's just going to be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Making it a little bit easier as you bring stuff under one roof for you. But I'm excited to see the beers that are coming out. The beers that you have on tap right now are amazing, as they always are. And I'm not saying that because I'm partial. Being friends with you, I really enjoy every time I get to come or bring people here for a craft beer experience. So it's amazing, man. I'm excited to follow this journey and watch it grow. And I want to thank you very much, on behalf of the guests and us, to have a chance to sit down and talk with you. I know you're a busy man, so I don't want to hold you up too much. But
For our next stop, we travel to Lancaster, the home of Clarksburg Cider, where I caught up with the head cider maker, Corey Hare, to check out both where and how all of this delicious cider is made. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to the head cider maker, Corey Hare. Hi, Corey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for bringing us out back. This is an incredible facility. It is ginormous. I mean, these tanks, oh my goodness. Tell me what I'm looking at here.
So right behind us is a bright tank. It is, the capacity is 6,000 gallons. Right now this one is empty, but the other ones are full. Usually when we produce cider, we don't fill it all the way to the top, but it does have the capacity to hold 6,000 gallons.
It has the capacity for a tremendous amount of alcoholic beverage. And now, of course, we're talking specifically about cider, and people tend to think of cider seasonally. But Corey, should we be thinking about cider seasonally?
Definitely not. Here we make ciders for all year round. I like to describe cider to people as a really great hybrid between wine and beer. So if you don't like beer or you're not too fond of wine, I think cider is a really nice middle ground for that.
It's where you should land.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we definitely make ciders that fit the season for sure. So.
And you do more than cider. You've got these barrels that are kind of behind the camera right now.
Yes.
And you do some really fun things. You infuse. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a really great barrel age program. Right now we are aging cider in tequila barrels, rum barrels, and bourbon barrels. We have also aged cider in Cabernet barrels and gin barrels from local distilleries as well.
So does that mean we end up with cider that tastes like tequila or tequila that tastes like cider?
Definitely cider that has hints of tequila and the woodiness from the barrel, but definitely cider first.
All kinds of flavors of cider here, all kinds of wonderful infusions. I do know, Corey, that every season, there will be flavors on tap that are only available outside, right there in the bar. But beyond that, you have flavors that circle through the season.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are wrapping up our summer season with pineapple hibiscus, such a popular flavor for us. And we are actually rolling into our fall winter seasonal, which is cranberry ginger, another fan favorite. So we're really excited about that.
And you have on average every season 4 flavors that are typically related to that season.
Yep.
But you gotta come in to try those few flavors on tap that roll with the season.
Yep, absolutely.
So as well as all of those wonderful different unique flavors and year-round cider flavors, you've won awards.
Yeah, we have won a number of awards. We try to enter competitions every year, and we have won silver and bronze medals for a variety of our ciders, such as our dry cider, our semi-sweet cider, a citrus cider that we make for the tap room called Savory Citrus, and our summer seasonal, which is pineapple hibiscus.
So they're doing really well.
Yes, I think we're still shooting for the gold, but not a bad start.
You're in there. You're in the running.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just another kind of fun fact is that the apples you use, they're New York apples. We love that.
Yeah.
New York cider, New York apples here used in your distillery. It's just kind of more of what makes you great.
Yeah, absolutely. Local is definitely our top priority.
Thank you, Corey.
Of course.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Consumers Beverages Beer Show. But first, here's another fun fact about beer you may not have known before.
Iceland's prohibition lasted from 1915 to 1922. However, beer wasn't legal again for another 67 years. The reason for such a long ban was that Iceland battled with Denmark for their independence, and since the Danes were such fans of beer, it was viewed as unpatriotic to drink it until March 1st, 1989.
Welcome back to the Consumers Beverages Beer Show. Next, we head to Holland, New York to visit the Bee Spit Meadery, where the time-honored traditions of crafting the ancient brew are being given a modern twist. So we're going to sit down with Dave Pistello, and he is the man who knows mead. Hello, Dave.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having us here at this beautiful establishment. This is one of the most creative locations I've ever seen. Everything is handmade, not just the mead. You walk into this building and it's the bar, and it's the tables, and it's the art. So let's talk a little bit about what's in front of us, which is the mead. So we've got lots of color on this table.
Yep.
Talk to me about what we're looking at here.
This is basically our flights, and then we also have for our draft meads, which is a slightly carbonated mead, between 7 and 8% alcohol.
And so what I'm holding here is Atomic Dragon's Breath. It's atomic. What makes this Dragon's Breath mead atomic?
Well, it's made from atomic fireballs.
Oh my gosh.
So it literally tastes like an atomic fireball.
Excellent.
Not the whiskey fireball, but an actual real fireball.
Honey has a lot to do with the product you're making, but maybe explain that a little bit for us.
So mead is made with yeast, honey, and water, and that's really about it. You can always add in spices and fruits and stuff like that to give it a flavor, but really the alcohol and the sugar content is coming from the honey itself.
And I think that we're going to maybe take a walk with your brother, because
Yep.
this is a family affair.
Yep.
And you brew right here on the premises,
We do,
and you're going to share with us a little bit what that looks like and what that's about.
absolutely.
I would love to introduce you to AJ Pistatello, who this is actually his brainchild. That was your brother we spoke to a moment ago, and this is kind of your baby.
It started out with yes. I made some Christmas presents, passed them out to the family, and I guess I got some good feedback and said we need to pass this out to some people.
Right, you did a good enough job
Yeah.
that now we're standing back here. Tell me what we're looking at, because this looks kind of complex.
We start here with small batches. When I say small batches, we do about 100 gallons at a time. We have the capability of brewing 1,000 gallons of one flavor, but we choose to brew about 35 gallons of flavor each. So we take 1,000 gallons, we'll break it down into 35 gallons, and flavor it, keg it, and put it on tap, and that allows us to push out, I think this year we did 36 flavors.
Nothing but good. I want to see the taps. I want to hear about your, did you say 36 flavors?
We have 36 taps.
You got to show me. Let's go take a look.
So this is our beautiful tap room, and obviously there's a lot to choose from when you come in.
So 36 taps can be a little overwhelming, but you've got everything up here, right?
Yes,
We
we have printed menus. We've got menus on our screens.
And what is this $10 off refills? What's that?
So if somebody comes in and buys a growler to fill, they get $10 off when they bring it back in to refill it.
Nice. That's better than a mug for refilling coffee. AJ, thank you so much. Thank you for walking us through. Thank you for showing us out back what you do, how you brew. And proof, folks, 36 taps. So you've got to come. And you've got to come over and over again until you get through the 36 taps. But then once you get through the 36 taps, I guarantee you,
We'll
AJ
have 12 more flavors.
is going to have new flavors. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us to the B-Spit Meadery. On our last stop today, we head out to Gasport, where Becker Farms has been a fall destination for nearly 130 years, and where head brewer Andres Vizcarra is producing some incredible beer from Becker Brewing Company. I'm lucky enough to sit down with Andres Vizcarra at Becker Farms. Hello, Andres.
Hello.
And it just so happens that this gentleman is fifth generation family here at Becker Farms. So tell us a little bit about Becker Farms being in your family for so long.
Yeah, I literally live here. I tell people that come visit, that this is my home, and it has been my entire life.
When you come to Becker Farms, you feel that this is a place that's so cared for and so loved, and there are so many aspects of Becker Farms. And today we're going to talk about the brewing.
That's right. I have a nice selection here, a flight of just a cross section, just a little taste of all of the things we have to offer that are pretty unique to what we do here on the farm.
And the things you have to offer include beer, cider, and wine.
That's
and
right.
all of those things are brewed right here on the spot
Yes,
at Becker Farms.
if not also grown here. So
Did you mention that behind us are hops?
Yes, that whole wall there.
A wall of hops.
A wall of hops, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the brewing. And the brewing happens right here on site.
That's
and
right.
you're using, what you grow here on the farm. So talk to us about what happens out back where I can see right through there. I see those tanks.
Yep.
Talk to us about what happens in there.
We have a 10-barrel brew house, which means we brew about 320 gallons at a time with 20-barrel fermenters. So we can do 2 full brews in a day. That gives us about over 600 gallons of beer at a time. And in terms of our ingredients, if we can't grow it here, we do source it locally. We work mainly with a place in Batavia called New York Craft Malt, and we source 99.9% of all of our malts from there.
Keeping it local.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of times you're gonna find me and I have another fermentation specialist, a craft beverage specialist who works with me, and a lot of the times we're talking about what we're gonna do. And our main goal for everything, and it's a lot of bouncing ideas around, but it all comes back to what's just gonna taste the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And
you're kind of open to what's new and what's going to work and maybe what's a little offbeat.
Absolutely, but whatever is gonna pique our interest and whatever we taste that is gonna make us wanna continue to taste. We know we have something good and we take a sip and we put it down and we keep going back. We've had conversations where it's like, yeah, I don't know if I like this. And then you drink it again. And then we don't know. And then next thing you know, the glass is gone. And we're like, actually, I loved it. I couldn't stop drinking it.
So basically, Becker Farms, you've set up an environment that's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for young families. It's a lot of fun for folks of drinking age. It's a lot of fun for parties, and incorporating all of these interesting flavors into the cider and into the beer, and then of course the grapes that you grow on the farm to create your own wine.
Becker Farms is the only place on earth that you can find these places. So you're gonna have to come out and visit.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us
My pleasure.
and for giving us the opportunity to see this wonderful outdoor space with the heaters and the hops on the wall,
There you go.
and for sharing your pizza bites with us.
My pleasure.
Becker Farms, it's a place to be for fall, for October. Thanks, Andres.
Very welcome.
In Germany, there's an organization known as the VGBE, which translates to the Association Against Fraudulent Pouring, which was formed in 1899 to prevent people from getting ripped off. Their 4,000 members police the mugs at festivals and beer gardens, ensuring they are filled all the way up to the line at the top of the glass.
Thanks for watching the Consumers Beverages Beer Show. We'll see you next time.